I don't really talk too much about the weirdest things that ever happened to me, but with the stories to come, that should put that into perspective.
Back in the day, as we learned, a man was not considered to be Has he not gone beyond the hills? Has he not crossed the seven seas?
Let's start with Mr. the bull on fire.
Well, really, it was an accidental thing that kind of impacted my life in, I think, a better way. But it was senior year, well, the summer before senior year, and me and 5 of my friends are all hanging out at my at one of my buddies' house in La Habra Heights, which is kind of an upper-class neighborhood in Southern California. And we're all bored, it's midnight, we're just kind of hanging out, dabbling our feet in my friend's Olympic-sized swimming pool. And we're just talking about stuff, you know, senior year's coming up, and then there's a lull in the conversation. I don't know what possessed me to say this, but just I know how to make napalm.
Things went downhill from there.
Just have no idea.
In unison, all 5 of the other heads went to me.
Really?
Show us this.
Show us this black magic.
So we gathered a 1-gallon tin pail, gallon of gasoline, and a couple big chunks of styrofoam.
What was the ratio?
We used 3 to 1.
Holy fuck!
Well, we used 3 to 1 and kind of added in gasoline or...
What kind of gas? Diesel?
No, not diesel.
Oh.
Well, for the styrofoam mix, you need the actual gasoline for the higher octane because the styrofoam balances it out as far as the oil goes. So we get a nice consistency. It isn't quite a jelly yet, but you know, it's a sticky substance. And so we all get it there, and we're on the deck near the pool.
No, the one behind it.
And the 6 of us are surrounding the pail, forgetting, of course, we've made a gallon of napalm. And, of course, in Vietnam, they use 12 gallons to fry an entire kilometer square.
Oh, I see where this is going.
So, we're all standing around this bucket. One of us, my friend Jason, has the match. And then me, the progenitor of this wonderful idea, comes across the realization, this shit might not be entirely stable. And as I can recall, my actions from there were, whoa, run away, hide behind the wet bar. So I'm Kilroyed, and they're looking at me, and I'm going, go for it. It's fine. And then the other 4, except for Jason, all think the same thing I just thought. Whoa. So we're all Kilroyed, looking at Jason going, light it, dude! Go for it, it's fine! Jason, just as rule, he looked at us and went, okay! Light it. Don't toss it. No.
Jason's the not bright one, right?
Yes.
Jason's the one who's not too terribly intelligent.
As his actions will show. Bends over the bucket and drops the match in. And then we watch in shock, awe, amazement, and horror as our friend's head is engulfed by a 6-foot pillar of flame. So he's launched back in shock. You know, the body reflex is so powerful. He's thrown back a good 3 feet. And he's laying there, and we've forgotten all about him at this point, because 6-foot pillar of flame, we're 17-year-old boys, our first reaction is, that's fucking awesome! And then we remember Jason. Oh, God, go run over to him. Are you all right, dude? Facial hair, eyebrows, all the hair on his head from here forward, gone. He goes, what happened? Nothing, dude, you're fine. And then we turn around and we find ourselves in a bit of a predicament. You see, because the 6-foot pillar of flame is getting bigger, and it's getting near the end of summer, and he has palm trees around his pool deck, the fronds of which are starting to die. And we're looking up at this and kind of dumbly, slowly come to the realization that this could get bad very quickly. As if it wasn't bad already. So, fireman idea. I run and grab the garden hose, run up to the bucket and go, turn it on! So they turn it on full blast, and it's floating and coming out of the bucket. There's fire on the patio now, and I'm, turn it up! It's on all the way! And here we come across a very funny phenomenon where when you have something that's so concentrated as far as heat goes, when cold water is introduced, new oxygen is introduced to the mix. So the fire gets bigger and in fact travels up the stream of water. So I'm watching the fire coming at me. Oh God, turn off. They turn it off. And here we are with a bucket surrounded by a pool of fire. We've got a pool. We need more water. Fire doesn't like water. So I run up and with my bare hands grab a metal bucket filled with fire. That idea didn't last long. It hurt. So, thinking, using the smart brain, gloves, oven mitts. Okay, running upstairs, grabbing the first 4 oven mitts I can find, which of course are my friend's mother's frilly oven mitts, the decorative ones. And I run back downstairs. I toss 2 of them at my buddy and go, grab it! So we grab it. And
You do it, fucker!
well, there were 4 of them, so we were both holding the thing very far away from our faces. Because we didn't want to end up like Jason, because after all, senior year was coming up.
Photo time.
And we're kind of shuffling over to the edge of the pool, and flunk. And the bucket sinks, and we go, yes!
And the fire goes up.
We have defeated the inanimate objects. And again, we watch in shock and horror as the bucket turns over. The contents of the bucket float to the top, reignite, and spread over the entire surface area of the Olympic-sized swimming pool.
Tell me. Welcome to hell. What's your first thought?
No, it's not over. Trust me. There's a lot more. Here's the intermission.
So, I need to take a break. But,
It's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
so, now, I'm not talking about streaks of fire, little tiger stripes of fire on this pool. Fucking fire. The pool was on fire. The swimming pool was on fire.
Water on fire.
So, being 17-year-old boys, the first thing we think when we see this thing is, that's fucking awesome. And then another funny scientific phenomenon happened. When that much heat is in an area that large, it creates an updraft. And all the surrounding air is sucked into the vacuum, creating a spiral effect that goes upwards, sucking all of the fire in a spiraling pattern upwards. And soon we are faced with a 15-foot tornado of fire in the center of this swimming pool. And of course, being 17-year-old boys, the first thing we thought of was, that's awesome! And then we remembered, we're in a rich neighborhood. We have neighbors. These neighbors have windows. What if the neighbors are looking out those windows?
They might think, it's awesome!
Once again, just to establish, this was at night. Was it not?
In the middle of the night. At this point.
Yes!
It's like a beacon.
Yes, a beacon of, we're troublemakers.
In the middle of the rich area of Orange County.
Yeah, which is synonymous with brush fires. Orange County brush fires. Orange County brush fires. We've got a big fucking fire in the middle of Orange County.
Please come arrest us.
Yeah.
So we're thinking to ourselves, if those neighbors look out those windows, they're going to call the fire department. The fire department's going to come, see this, call the police. Police are going to come, look at that, see anarchists, bam, 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 we'll be dead.
Anyway, go on.
Oh, no, it's in the story. Just
Okay.
sit down and look at the thing. About 15 minutes goes by. It's not going out. It shouldn't be going out by now. It should be going out. Oh God, what have we done? We've seen this in the movies. We've opened a portal to hell. Soon Satan is going to come. The Dark Lord is going to come out of your swimming pool and claim our souls. And at this point, I'd just like to say this is a funny introspective to the teenage mind, where we were more afraid of the police than Satan. So anyway, we come across this realization. We're freaking out for a moment, and then, of course, we all realize there's nothing we can do about it. So we all sit there and wait for either the police or Satan to come and claim us.
And Satan won't tell your parents.
Yeah, right?
We're actually kind of hoping for eternal damnation, our parents finding out. So then my friend Jason gets the first smart idea of the night. Whoa, goes running upstairs. Where the hell is he going? He's rummaging around in the kitchen. He comes back downstairs with his hands behind his back, pulls out wieners, coat hangers. And for the first and last time in my life, I can say in context that we roasted weenies over the pool. And that's how I lit this fucking pool on fire.
That was part one. There is a second part to this story.
Well, that's the follow-up story. In the morning, of course, we awake to this shrill, shrieking, harpy-esque
Wait,
dog
to
call.
establish what happened, you guys didn't do anything about the fire.
Well, no, it went out, and we thought, okay, go to bed and hope no one noticed.
Did you go to bed after the fire had went out, or did you just go to bed with an inferno going in the background?
Well, the little fires were still kind of going on, but we... Fuck it. Fuck it! So we went to bed. Of course, my friend's mother wakes up and goes about her day, looks out. Her pool's black.
Oh, mammy, mammy.
Get your ass out here now! So he wakes up and immediately out the door in his underpants. About 5 minutes later, he comes back in his underpants. My mom wants to talk to us at the pool. Oh, fuck. Hi. And she's just looking at us. Imagine this warped, twisted, upside down Picasso painting of hate, glaring at us with one finger directed towards the swimming pool. And her husband off to the side.
Attempting to be a stoic thing.
Yeah.
And we're all... She just... Clean it! Goes back upstairs. And of course expects her husband to clean up after her. By means of punishing us, of course. And he waits for her to get up the stairs. Waits for her to go inside. Waits for her to shut the door. And falls on his knees laughing. He's doubled over in pain. He is laughing so hard. And lifts a hand to us as a man begging for water in the desert and says, "Please tell me you took pictures." No. Clean it. So we skim the pool, of course nothing's coming out of the pool because it's fucking oil and styrofoam floating at the top of water. So nothing's coming out of the pool. So we had to drain the pool. And then we're sitting there in the deep end with ladders and putty spatulas straight at the side of the thing. Just so worth it. Yeah, it took us forever to get that fucking thing clean. Eventually, they just had to fuck it, repaint. But we did lay the groundwork for that little endeavor. So, but yeah, that's how that whole debacle ended. Bye.